Good morning, student. Now, today's topic of our discussion it is internal structure of heart. Heart it is an important topic in this circulation chapter because heart it is the main pumping organ which pump the blood throughout the body. Last time we had seen the external structure of heart. Now, today we see the internal structure of heart. This is the internal structure of heart diagram. So internally the heart it is four chambered. Again these two auricles and these two ventricles. So these auricles or atria, these are two in number. They are placed superiorly. These are thin walled blood receiving chambers. Why it is called blood receiving chambers? Because this right atrium receives deoxygenated blood. Left atrium receives oxygenated blood. So both the auricles they just collect the blood from the body. So externally we have seen the auricles and ventricles they are separated from each other, but internally both the auricles they are separate, both the ventricles these are separate, and even auricles and ventricles these are separate. So auricles they get separate through interatrial septum, ventricles they are separate through interventricular septum, and auricles and ventricles they get separate through aureoventricular groove. That means each chamber they are separate from each other, and even auricles and ventricles. So right atrium is comparatively larger than the left atrium because this right atrium collects the blood throughout the body. So there are three openings. The first superior vena cava, this is inferior vena cava, and third it is the coronary sinus. So from upper part of our body deoxygenated blood it is collected through the superior vena cava. The lowermost part deoxygenated blood it is collected via inferior vena cava, and the last it is the deoxygenated blood of heart itself it is collected through the coronary sinus. So this coronary sinus opening, that means the itself hard deoxygenated blood it collected by coronary vein and which opens in right atrium. So overall body's deoxygenated blood it is collected in right atrium. Then in left atrium generally collects the oxygenated blood which comes from lungs, and there are four opening of this pulmonary vein. So pulmonary term related to lungs. Even in body, artery always carry oxygenated blood and vein always carry deoxygenated blood. But in heart, pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood and pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. So this is the exceptional of this pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. Then when this separation wall in this interatrial septum, assume that this is the right atrium and this one it is the left atrium. So what happened during the embryo development? See, embryos heart it not four chambered separately. They are just merging, or they are just still they are not get separate. So that time from the maternal body the blood entered into the embryo's heart via right atrium to goes left from ventricles and even. So the blood circulation is at random. But what about happen in the case of prematurity or in abnormality? Heart chambers do not separate. So in premature, this right atrium and left atrium, near the wall of right atrium there is a small opening. It is called fossa ovalis. This fossa ovalis it is nothing but the small opening. So in embryo the blood directly flows from right to left and from left to right and from even hole. But in after the completion of heart development, so the atria, ventricles they are separate to each other. So this oval depression it is nothing but the opening, we call it fossa ovalis. But these opening, it is not get sealed in premature baby. If this opening it is not sealed, so it is the hole in the heart at the time of birth. But there are most probable chances to get sealed this opening after within 1 year of baby, after the birth. So after the birth it gets sealed within a 1 year. But if it is not sealed, that time there is a permanent hole in the heart. So in normal time, this ovaries, they get sealed, and that's why it just give the expression of this fossa ovalis. So that's why it is a remnant of ductus arterius in embryo. So it is called generally foramen ovale. It is called foramen ovale. Foramen ovale represents there is the fossa ovalis through which the blood circulates at random in embryo body. So this is about the right auricles. But when the blood comes or collect in right atrium, so inferior vena cava and coronary serous, they are guarded by walls. So the opening of this inferior vena cava, it is guarded by ischian wall, and the opening of this coronary sinus, it is guarded by Thebasian wall. So what is the main role of this wall? To prevent the back flow or return the blood to its own. Means once the blood entered from lowermost part into right atrium, so it is opposite to gravity, so there are more chances to repel its back. So this return, it is closed by the wall, and it is called the ischial wall. Same like in coronary sinus. So there are two walls present in the right atrium. The next, it is the ventricles. So ventricles, these are comparatively large. They placed inferiorly and they are having thick walled structure because the ventricles actually pump the blood. Here it pumps the blood and enter into pulmonary tract. Here it pumps the blood and enter throughout the body. So this right ventricles, there is a rise of pulmonary trunk which collect the deoxygenated blood from this and goes towards the lungs. So here there is the exchange of blood, there is the exchange of gases CO2 and O2 occurs. So pulmonary artery carry deoxygenated blood. Here the oxygenation is done, and once the oxygenation is done, so the oxygenated blood return through this pulmonary vein and again it collects into the left atrium. Once the left atrium, oxygenated blood enter into left ventricles, and from this left ventricles there is the arising of systematic aorta, and this systematic aorta carries oxygenated blood and it reaches throughout the body, even in your tip of the finger and tip of your toes. So it is the forcefully expulsion of oxygenated blood and circulate throughout the body. So this is about the ventricles. But here we are seeing that this aurioventricular groove which separate the auricles and ventricles. So this groove, they are having walls to its own side. That means this aurioventricular groove open its own side. So it is the right aurioventricular aperture. It has 3 flaps, just like this. So these 3 flaps open, close, open, close. So once the deoxygenated blood enter into right ventricles, they get closed. So these walls, it is made up by the connective tissue. So right walls, the name it is tricuspid wall because it has 3 flaps. But in left atrioventricular aperture, it has 2. So that's why the name it is the bicuspid and mitral. It is called the bicuspid and mitral. So we seen that there is the net-like structure. That means these walls, they are attached to papillary muscles of these ventricles. Means here they are having this support. So these papillary muscles attached to the ventricles by chordae tendineae, and these chordae tendineae provide the support to this connective tissues, walls, and even they provide the support, and it again prevent the backflow of blood from ventricles into arteria. Then next, so how many walls these are? Here 2 walls and here 2 walls, 4 walls. But actually there are 6 walls are present in the internal structure of heart. Once the blood goes through this pulmonary trunk, so it never revert. So there is a presence of 3 semilunar walls at the basis of pulmonary trunk and systematic aorta. So this pulmonary trunk, again the blood entered, so it never back, and again the oxygen blood enter in systematic aorta, it never back to the left ventricle. So this is about the auricles and ventricles. But why the ventricles has thickest wall, even the left ventricles? Because left ventricles, inner surface of the left ventricles, they thrown into number of just like ridges and furrow. It is called the columnae. It is called the columnae or trabeculae columnae. So this part, it is made up of the cardiac muscles. So cardiac muscles working is a contraction, relaxation. So the pumping, it is nothing but the contraction and relaxation, and that's why the left ventricle has thickest wall, because it actually pumps the oxygenated blood and circulate throughout the body. So this is about the internal structure of heart. There are 4 walls, tricuspid, bicuspid, semilunars, and these 2 ischion and Thebesians. Thank you.